Hello, 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 hello! Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Oh my gosh, this is it. Eto na, matagal natin tong hinintay-hintay din ang ating panauhin ngayon dito sa SB Crown Pageant News Today. At talaga naman excited ako. Excited ba kayo? Dahil nandito na siya ngayon. So, siya sa mga top contender contestant dito sa Miss Universe Philippines 2020 at hindi lang basta-basta top contender contestant dahil talagang masasabi ko ay nako possible siya ang nakakuha ng corona ngayong taon na to dito sa Miss Universe Philippines 2020. Oh my God, na-excite na ako. Hindi ko na to patatagalin. Now may I present to you Miss Universe Philippines Makati, Ivanna Kamil Pacis.
Hello everyone, I'm Ivanna Kamil Pacis representing Makati City. Oh, di ba? Hello! Welcome back, Mama Sam. Thanks for having me. And thanks to everyone who's watching right now. To all of the Makatizans, my family, my friends, Team Ivanna, hello!
Hi. So yun, naloka kasi ako kasi nawala ako kasi hindi ko alam yung gagawin ko. Sabi ko, nasan ako? Yun, so magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Nandito nga po ngayong araw na to kasama natin si Ivanna na talaga naman mag-all out siya dahil gusto natin malaman kung sino ba talaga si Ivanna na lumalaban dito sa Miss Universe Philippines 2020. But bago ang lahat, Ivanna, maraming salamat sa iyo dahil pinaunlakan mo ang aking imbitasyon sa iyo. Maraming
Thank you,
salamat.
Mama Sam, also for inviting me. It's an honor to be here on your show.
Thank you. Kamusta ka, Ivanna? Kamusta ang Makati?
I'm
Kamusta ang
good.
lockdown dyan?
Mhm. Well, for the past few months, ayun, medyo mahirap because our barangay, I live in Barangay Pembo, and we are one of the top barangays in Makati City with the highest cases of COVID. So, madami ding beses na na-lockdown kami. And, ayun, it's hard at first, but now everything is getting better. Yung mga establishments, nagbubukas na ulit. And ako naman, I've been trying to prepare for the coronation night for the past few weeks na malapit na. It's on October 25. So, ayun, right now I'm really busy with my training and with some photo shoots and with my Q&A and passerella, which will be starting next week. So, ayun, next week, almost every single day, I will be training na for my passerella. So, I'm really excited to be back on my heels and with my trainer. Yan, Mama Sam.
Nako, busy talaga si Ivana ngayon. So yun, sa lahat po na nanonood ngayong araw na to, maraming salamat sa support ang binibigay ninyo sa amin ni Ivana, lalo na kay Ivana. So ngayong
Thank
araw na to, malalaman natin kung sino ba si Ivana. So excited tayo dyan. So Ivana, tanungin lang kita, yung nag-lockdown, ano yung unang-una mong na-feel? Alam ka rin ba ng anxieties? Tapos, paano mo ito nalagpasan? Paano ka lumalaban sa sitwasyon natin ngayon?
Yun nga, like what I said earlier, Mama Sam, di ba, the lockdown was so sudden, yung quarantine was so sudden nung March. And I can clearly remember we were having our first learning journey session in Empire Studio in Uptown Mall. So lahat kaming candidates nandun. We were having this learning journey session with sila Miss Shamsi and the other speakers that we have that day. And then when we were about to wrap up the day, doon na biglang nag-announce yung mga like sila Mama Jane or other pageant na mga nagko-coordinate sa amin na we have to go home as soon as we can because the BGC or like the city of Taguig is already starting their lockdown by that night. So lahat kami nagkatarantahan na, naku, parang ito na yung last. Di din namin in-expect na that will be the last day that we will ever see each other, kaming mga candidates, because of course, we were able to build na friendships in the past month since nag-start kami nung February. So biglang, alam mo yun, all of a sudden, biglang we can't go out, we can't do our normal life na before na we can go out, ganyan, so work and all. So it was, at first, I can't really deny na the first few weeks, I was just in my bed na wala talagang ginagawa at all. I was so unmotivated. I felt like yung every action ko is very limited since yun nga we can go out, but at the same time, hearing the news kasi ako I love watching the news. Very traditional ako when it comes to news. So and whenever I hear or watch the news sa TV ganyan or sa radio, nakakalungkot yung nangyayari na nung time na yun the numbers or the cases are already increasing and ang dami ng parang ako I also experienced na may mga family and friends din ako who were affected by COVID. So it was very paano ko ba siya actually hindi ko siya ma-describe in words but it was siguro it was a stage talaga or a phase of this whole pandemic na you really need to adjust and you really needed to adapt. Now, you don't have any choice but to absorb everything, whether it's good news or bad news. Parang we are all stuck in this situation, which is something na feeling ko hindi rin ako nag-iisa. Yung lahat tayo, ano mo yun, we are all equal at this time. Lahat tayo nakaka-experience na to, no matter what age or ano bang sitwasyon mo sa buhay, diba? And as a pageant candidate of Miss Universe, I'm also happy na I also get to experience this same anxiety or situation with my co-candidates because lahat kami at that time, we also, like most of us felt unmotivated, yung parang feeling namin hopeless na, what if hindi na matuloy yung pageant or something like that. And nakakatuwa na I have built friendships with these girls na lahat kami iisa ng experience as pageant candidates. So, ayun, now I can say na everything has been better, yung nakaka-adjust na lahat, yun nga, nasa new normal na tayo. And I just hope and pray na sana one day talaga mawala na totally yung COVID sa buhay natin lahat. Ayun, Mama Steph.
Ayun nga, medyo mahirap tong sitwasyon talaga natin, Ivana, kasi nga talagang, syempre, iwasan natin yung magkasakit tayo. Talagang, sometimes nakaka-yes, pero alam mo yon yung manalig ka lang sa Panginoon, lahat naman magiging okay.
Exactly.
So, for sure, babalik tayo sa normal, di ba, in the future. Hintay-hintay lang. So, Ivana, tanong ko lang, okay, so you're representing Makati. Kung pupunta ako dyan sa Makati o yung ibang mga hindi pa nakakaalam talaga ng Makati, saan mo sila dadalhin Makati? And of course, ano ba yung masarap na pagkain talaga ng mga taga Makati na hindi namin nalalaman?
Nako, siguro sa place, Mama Sam, I would bring you to Museo ng Makati. Feeling ko, nakapunta ka na doon or baka nakadaan ka na since you mentioned kanina na magchikahan tayo na you lived in Poblacion. Siguro doon ko dadala yung isang tao who hasn't been in Makati City because syempre very obvious na that we have these skyscrapers, diba? Yung leisure, yung mga malls and other tourist spots dito sa Makati. So very common naman na siya. But I think if someone really wants to know the heritage of Makati City, yung nangyari in the past, how the city was built, yung mga ancestors, ganyan-ganyan. Siguro I'd bring them to Museo ng Makati because I've only been there siguro a few times. And when I shot the Beyond the Coastlines video namin, I was able to go there again and dun ko ulit nakita kung yung history ng Makati, yung mga first ever mga governors or mayors ng Makati and kung paano na-build yung buong city and stuff like that. So, siguro yung pinaka-root, yung heritage ng Makati, something that is very, very interesting that not a lot of people would know. And siguro sa food, actually, ang daming kainan sa Makati, Mama Sa. Parang ang hirap, but ang pinaka-favorite ko na pinakita ko rin sa Beyond the Coastline was yung sisig sarada sa Legazpi Village. So, lagi yon kasi I also worked in the corporate industry in Ayala. So, every lunchtime, mahaba ang pila. Doon sa mga Jolly Jeep, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jolly Jeep sa Makati, diba? So, lahat ng mga corporate people, basta lahat na everyone who works in the area of Ayala Avenue, alam yung Jolly Jeep. And meron doon sa Rada Street sa Legazpi, yung very famous na sisig sarada na sobrang sarap and sobrang mura din. So I think mga 50-60 pesos lang siya, tapos busog ka na. So ayun, lagi siyang pinipilaan. Every lunchtime, mahaba yung pila doon. So kung gusto mo siya matry, dapat siguro mga around 10 a.m. nakapila ka na para hindi ka maubusan.
Pero Ivana, saan yung talaga yung pinaka-paborito mong tambayan dyan sa Makati? Yung tipong kapag yung nadidepress ka o wala kang ginagawa o talagang gusto mo lang relax lang, chill, saan ka dyan pupunta?
Well, aside sa bahay namin, ito very chill lang aming barangay. Siguro sa Ayala Triangle, galing ako doon kanina, may shoot ako doon. Sa Ayala Triangle, ang pinaka-favorite ko, Mama Sam, is yung dancing lights na laging inaabangan ng lahat every December, every holiday season. So every year, nakakatuwa kasi our city is able to bring out different themes per Christmas season ng dancing lights. Diba? Parang iba-iba yung theme nila. Minsan Disney, minsan naman parang kaya White Christmas, yan yung peg. And they also showcase yung mga Filipino folk songs or Christmas songs, yung mga local songs. Yun din yung pinifeature nila sa dancing lights. So, kapag umaga naman, parang masarap mag-jogging doon, mag-chill, bike, ganyan, mag-jogging, and stuff like that. So, yun. Masarap siyang tambayan kasi open space. And lalo na at this time, very safe siya kasi nga malaki yung space. So, kahit may mga nagjo-jogging, may mga nagba-badminton, na yun, hindi kayo crowded, susunod pa rin yung physical or social distancing.
Bongga. Ang bongga talaga ng Makati, no? Na-miss ko talaga ang Makati.
Yes.
Ivana, tanong ko lang din, yung mayor sa inyo, sino ba mayor ngayon ng Makati?
Si
May
Mayor
support
Abby
naman,
Binay.
may support naman sa competition mo.
Yes, they are very, very supportive, especially the Department of Tourism of Makati City. They have allowed me to shoot na doon sa mga landmarks here in our city. So yun, I'm very, very thankful for them also.
Oh, bongga. Naku, Ivana, ang daming sumusuporta ngayon sa atin. Batiin mo naman sila ng bonggang-bongga. Hindi ko narinig kanina yung banat mo ng ano, kasi nabigla akong nawala, tapos nataranta ako. Pwede mo ba ulitin yung introduction mo kanina?
Okay po. Para ba yun? Hello everyone, I'm Ivanna Kamil Pacis, representing Makati City. I'm very lucky po, Mama Sam, kasi like what I mentioned earlier, it was a long time since I last joined the national pageant, yung Miss World Philippines 2016, so 2029 by 4 years ago. And like what I always say, I really needed to reintroduce myself again in the industry since it's been a long time. Siguro I was 19 years old that time. Ngayon, I'm 24 na. So yun nga, I needed to introduce myself again to the industry, to the pageant enthusiasts out there. And I'm so lucky na yung mga Makatizens up until now. Kasi I was Miss Makati 2014 when I was 18 years old naman. So hindi nagbago yung support nila ever since. They have always been encouraging me na don't stop representing Makati in the national pageant stage. That's why I'm always so full of pride whenever I represent Makati City in the national stage because hindi nagsasawa yung mga Makatizens to support me.
Okay, Ivana, tanong ko lang. Why you decide to join Miss Universe Philippines 2020?
At first, Mama Sam, to be honest, it wasn't really like a plan na this year sasali ako. Because ever since nung Miss World Philippines, I've always told myself na I want to try again. I want to win a crown. I want to represent the Philippines. But something happened in my life which led me to my advocacy. Baka mamaya chika natin yan mamaya. So, na-postpone siya. So, every year, I always tell myself na sa 2017, join ako. And then, it won't happen. And then, sa 2018 na lang, ganyan. Hanggang sa hindi na siya nangyayari. But then, I was thankful that I have people around me who really believes in me. Na kahit ako, feeling ko, baka hindi na for me yung pageant, or what if I was meant to be I was meant to pursue another career path. Pero ang dami pa ding tao who would always pursue me na sana mag-join ka ulit, i-represent mo yung Makati City. So when I joined Miss Universe Philippines, to be frank, I was half-hearted, Mama Sam. And I had a lot of hesitations, I had a lot of self-doubts, na kung what if, ganyan-ganyan. And throughout this past month, siguro yung pandemic somehow naging blessing in disguise siya in my life, specifically because na-realize ko na may purpose pala kung bakit ako napasali dito kahit na half-hearted ako at nung una in the beginning. And now, ang natutunan ko siguro these past months is I was placed here for a reason. God put me in this position for a reason. And kung hindi naman to para sa akin, siguro ang dali sa akin mag-back out before pa. But I did not.
Mm.
Maybe because andun na yung drive, andun na yung fire. Kailangan lang niya, it has to be sharpened siguro, or kailangan lang niya talaga mahinog or something like that. So, throughout this, past months, I was able to learn more about myself. Yung confidence ko, I was able to build it. And sabi ko, I don't want to be half-hearted sa coronation night. I want to go all in for this pageant, and I don't want to disappoint a lot of people who helped me in my journey, and I want to give them what they deserve, which is to bring home the crown.
Wow. So, tanong ko lang, Ivana, anong pinagkaiba niya? Kamusta ang pagsali mo dito sa Miss Universe Philippines 2020? Pagkatapos, di ba, remember, sumali ka dati sa Miss World Philippines 2018 at naging second runner-up ka doon. Ano ang pinagkaiba niya sa competition mo noon, sa competition mo ngayon, sa na-experience mo noon? Ano ang different na sa ganap ngayon?
For me, it was really, really different, Mama Sam, because when I joined Miss World Philippines 2016, I was around fresh out of college. So, nung time na yun, the reason why I joined a national pageant was because wala na akong ganong responsibility because my mom really wanted me to finish my studies first before I step into the national stage. So, nung time na yun, I did not have any job yet. And it was a good opportunity for me to focus on the pageant itself. And I was independent that time. I didn't have any camp. Actually, up until now, I don't have any camp. So nung time na I didn't really have much training. And since as a newbie sa national pageantry, parang hindi pa ako ganun ka-confident. And I felt like I wasn't doing it for a purpose. So kaya siguro hindi ako ganong buo yung loob ko at that time. Yun nga parang yung napagchikahan natin before na ang nasa isip ko lang, sana top 5, at least top 5 lang, masaya na ako, ganyan-ganyan. Ganun lang yung mindset ko. Kumbaga, unconsciously, I was limiting myself sa kung ano mangyayari that night or what I can offer pa that night, diba? Just because I was constantly having this mindset na sana kahit top 5 lang, ganyan-ganyan. But years later, I think nakatulong din, Mama Sam, na nung hindi ako sumasali, dun ko din na-build pa yung confidence ko na if ever I want to join another pageant again for the second time around, I don't wanna just think na sana runner-up lang ako or something. I want to have nga this mindset na if I'll join again, I want to win na. Ayoko na runner-up, ganyan. Not naman na it's not a good thing. Of course, it would still be an honor if I place the top 5, but iba pa din kasi if I have this solid mindset na I really wanna win the crown or the title. So, yun siguro yung difference na now, eyes on the prize na talaga ako, ay Mama Sam, wala na akong hesitations na, what if, mas magaling sila, or ano mo yun, sa coronation night, hindi ko mabigay yung lahat ko, but I don't wanna have regrets about that. That's why I'm really preparing so hard, harder than my first, nung Miss World, harder than that, to really prepare myself, to condition myself physically, mentally, emotionally, to be able to handle yung stress, yung anxiety, yung pressure, because of course, hindi yan mawawala kahit gaano ka pa, alam mo yun, di ba Mama Sam, kahit gaano pa kaganda or kagaling ang isang girl, if na tabunan ka ng pressure or nung kaba, parang lahat yun nag-fade away. So, this time yon, I think mas nako-condition ko yung sarili ko mentally, emotionally, physically, yon, spiritually also.
Saka nakikita ko naman sa'yo kung gaano ka ka-confident. Nakakaloka, di ba? So, yun. Feeling ko kayang-kaya mo to. So, yun. Ivana, nabanggit mo kanina wala kang camp mo. So, paano ka nagtitraining? So, paano mo to, sino ka nagtuturo? Sino, may kasama ka ba? By yourself?
I have a trainer po. She goes by the name by Miss Ange Centeno. So ever since I joined my very first pageant nung high school pa ako, she was the one who trained me for my pasarela, for my Q&A, yung pag-aura-aura sa stage. And I was only 13 years old back then. But up until now, kahit lahat na ng pageants na nasalihan ko, Miss World, Miss Makati, Miss Pembo, dito sa barangay namin, andun siya to support me. And then now, here in Miss Universe, andyan din siya to support me again and to to train me ng walang sawa. That's why I'm so blessed to have her in my life because um, pinagtiyagaan niya din ako somehow, and we've been in this journey for so long, and gusto ko, parang gift ko sa kanya if ever na I win the crown. Gusto kong gawing gift yun sa kanya because she is someone who has dedicated her time without even asking for anything, not even money or whatever. But she's always open for anything that I need sa kanya. Kaya I'm so blessed to have her in my life. Kaya. And it's also
Nakakatuwa
by
na.
choice din, Mama Sam, to be independent. I think it was
Mm,
something na kasi si Catriona, 'di ba? She was her Miss World nung nanalo siya that time. And
totoo.
since I think when she joined Binibini, independent siya, 'di ba? So somehow it inspired me na siguro kahit wala kang camp or you don't have a lot of connections, kaya mo na makipagsabayan sa iba even if you're just an independent. And it's something that I also want to bring sa Miss Universe stage na I'm a very normal girl, you know, I don't really have so much parang extravagance in my life and connections, but I'm here to fight for myself, to fight for what I represent, to fight for my city. So there.
Ang bongga. So, paano yung mga makeup training? Sinong gumagawa niyan? Ikaw lang?
Yes, but I also have yung mga makeup artists na who helped me out. So every time I ask advice, ganyan, and there are also days na I have makeup sessions with them para kasi ako marunong na rin naman ako somehow mag-makeup, Mama Sam, but siguro yung
Mm,
technicalities ng pageant makeup itself kasi it's very different, 'di ba, with normal makeup. So that's
mm.
something that I'm trying to master naman at this time.